Tonight on Reporting Scotland, the Scottish Conservative leader attends Cabinet at Downing Street and says the government's position on Brexit must change. Good evening. The leader of the Scottish Conservatives, Ruth Davidson, says Cabinet ministers now accept they will have to reach out and work with others on Brexit. Speaking after meeting the Prime Minister in Downing Street, she said free trade must be at the heart of negotiations. Well, meanwhile, the First Minister says she believes a hard Brexit is dead in the water and called for a softer approach. Well, Nicola Sturgeon and Ruth Davidson were in Westminster today. Nick Eardley has a roundup.
Ruth Davidson arrives for talks with the Prime Minister amid huge questions at the heart of government. Who is in charge? Is Theresa May still calling the shots? And who might be influencing her? Be flexing your muscles as a Scottish group?
Well, obviously it's a big change for me. I've spent 12 years in which I've just had to agree with myself. Now I'll have some colleagues and we'll be looking to make sure that our influence is felt.
The Scottish Tory leader wields more power than ever at Westminster. Her group of 13 MPs a glimpse of light for the Tories in a bleak election. They promised to fight Scotland's corner. On Brexit, do you have a different vision of the future from Theresa May?
Well, I think what was clear around the Cabinet table was a recognition that as we're not in the majority, as we are a minority, we will have to reach out and work with others, both within the House of Commons and without. And there was also a clear understanding that the Prime pursuit as we leave the European Union is to make sure that we look after the economy and that we prioritise free trade. And I think there was a general consensus in that. There was a real understanding that we will be united as a group, we will work well with others and we will stand behind the Prime Minister, and that's exactly what we'll do.
So you think Theresa May could lead the Conservatives into the next election?
Well, yeah, I do.
Back to work for SNP MPs, but without many of their most prominent colleagues. Despite her reduced numbers, Nicola Sturgeon is calling for a short pause in Brexit talks and a cross-party approach. The majority of MPs in the House of Commons stood on a manifesto saying the UK would leave the single market. What makes you think you can change that?
Well, I think we're hearing growing voices now across all parties questioning hard Brexit. The Prime Minister went to the country seeking a mandate and a strength in hand to pursue hard Brexit, and she failed to get that. She lost the Conservative majority in the House of Commons. So I think for her or anybody to suggest that it can just be business as usual is defying the outcome of the election.